2013, I think I started Save the Bees, and part of the reason I started Save the Bees was I was reading about the collapse because of an insecticide called neonicotinoids, and in my travels I saw that in the Australian Beekeeping Journal a guy called Geoffrey Gibbs had warned the world of what was going to happen if we allowed this insecticide to infiltrate not only Australia but the world. And since then, we're hearing horrific things, like up to 80% of the world's insects are actually dead. This is the most widely used insecticide in the world, and Jeffrey's been fighting to get it banned for how long?
Well, it was 11 years. 2009, I wrote the first article in 2010. So yeah, it's been a long haul.
And you've got some seeds here, and this is really scary what you're about to show people.
Oh, okay. Look, apart from organic seed growers, I think it's true that nearly all the seeds coming to you in Australia now have got this coating on it. As you see, these are rock melon seeds. You'll see the organic version on this side are a bit smaller. These are GM, genetically modified rock melon seeds. They're bigger, and you see they're pink. That pink is a neonicotinoid called imidacloprid. This is an older seed. Imidacloprid is the same chemical that you put on the back of your dog's neck. It's a systemic, so it goes into the bloodstream of your dog or the plant, the seedling and then the plant, runs through the dog's blood or through the tree's sap and comes out in every pore in your dog, enough to keep the fleas off for 6 months. It's insidiously toxic to insects, and hence Simon was saying with 75% of northern European insects, and that has a knock-on effect to frogs and birds. And this is the collapse, in my opinion, of the fundamental food chain of our world. Is this pink stuff on here is a systemic. It's inside the seed. When it grows, it'll go right through the plant, come out through the pollen and the honey. I think on a corn seed there's enough neonicotinoids, so this is what, maybe quarter the size of a corn seed, but on a corn seed there's enough neonicotinoids to kill 50,000 bees. So, put this in a jar of water, shake it up and pour it in a beehive, it's likely to die for sure. It's called the sublethal effects. Will trash its immune system and make the insect, including the bee or the bird life that's lacking the insects now, or the insects are poisoned that the bird life are eating, is enough to decimate. It will give us another Silent Spring. Only it appears the Silent Spring book came out of concern about DDT. This stuff is by far more. You need so much less of this to kill the same amount of insects, and this new systemic insecticide is overtaking the world. It's been primarily, in many instances, being banned all through Europe now. Bavaria's state has brought out legislation that 30% of the agriculture needs to be organic, and there's great concern about this in Europe, where it's primarily made, in Germany and Switzerland, and also in Japan. They're really pumping it out, and the United States, of course. And I believe it was on the cards for banning in the States after Europe, but the Trump administration knocked that one on the head and kept it alive. And I believe that Australia will only ban neonicotinoids when the United States have banned it, and I don't know how long more we're going to have to fight. But this, in my opinion, is what's killing the world's bees slowly.